Hello everyone. Let me just set up everything. Yeah, that's a bit better. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Morning, I guess not anymore, unless you are like in Asia and very early today. But it's good, you know. Hopefully you had a good weekend, good Sunday. No, I need to put the phone and maybe just lower the music a bit. Let me know how the sound is today. The last video had a big sound issue which I could not replicate today. I tried to record and stuff, so hopefully the sound is actually okay today. Just let me know in the comments. And hopefully internet is with us tonight. So tonight we're gonna mostly do Foundry. I'm really tired. I barely slept. So we'll be playing again these dudes that look a bit weaker on paper, but they're less on, you know, register. So that means that they're, I mean that they're top 22. That's our top 20. So yeah, we'll see. I mean that's our top 30. So they might be a bit stronger in average. So that's sometimes an issue. So we'll see how it goes. Should we do Fabien quickly? Oh, I forgot to take care of my dudes. Raoul, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Welcome to the stream. Let me know about the sounds. Welcome everyone. Already 9 people. Thank you for being here. We're gonna, yeah. Should we do Fabien quickly? No, we don't. We don't need. That should be something I do next week as well. Because we have Tundra Arm Leagues, so that's gonna be in Quittance too. That will be important to give him a few levels here. For Tundra Arms League, that's gonna be pretty cool. So tomorrow we have SVS as well. So tonight just Foundry. Maybe I'll stay a bit to chat if there are some people. Else I'll go to bed very early. You can see I'm already in the position tomorrow. That's local time, so that's UTC. And for the, you know, the titles. So we've heard that these guys are a good state. Like their power for offense is like 100 level of labyrinth above us right now, when, you know, we just have Gen 9 not too long ago. So most of our bigger players, they don't have their Gen 9 heroes done. So, but I don't think they will do 100 level with Gen 9. So it looks like their rally leaders are a bit stronger for the top 2 or 3. So we'll see how it goes. So that might be an interesting SVS prep. SVS battle for sure, and maybe interesting SVS prep as well. They have a lot of alliance. Apparently they're using a lot of farms to make points, and, you know, like start upgrades on fire crystal buildings and cancel, start upgrades and cancel and stuff like that. So we will see how it goes. But so far tonight, just a simple match. I can use pets, I guess. Welcome to the stream, everyone. And then tomorrow morning, I don't know if I will stream. I think it's gonna be too complex to stream. I'll have a lot of work to go tomorrow, so I'll record quickly when I push. I think that's gonna be easier this week. So, you know, we're gonna burn like all of these. That's gonna be burned Tuesday to do the Lancers, and that's gonna be burnt Monday to... It looks little, you know, but that's insane. A month for me, that's 3 months of savings, so that's gonna be really cool. And we can do some treks in the meantime while we wait that people are logging in, and that we, you know, we start for the event. So step in all the way to the top. I don't think they added, like, except to unlock expert, they did not really added mission that you click. You have to not click the top. There is only just the one that is like ultimate with the chest. That's kind of the only one you can do now. But you did. Hey Russ, I'm doing good. I had a good weekend with the wife. Just very tired. Probably shows on my face. But just very tired. We went like to a small like ski resort. It's not really open yet because we be too early in the season, but you know, close to Mont Blanc. So you know, some hiking and some outdoors. So it was very nice. We had a nice weather. So doing well, doing well. And yourself? How was your weekend? Not many. I'm actually missed my arena match yesterday. So yeah, was a good weekend, but did not play a lot of Whiteout Survival. I love the snowman. That's really a lot of rewards. Especially the books. I kind of need a lot of books next week. The weather is very cold in France right now, which I actually, you know, I actually prefer that than when it's very warm in summer. So for me, it's actually quite okay. But we are enjoying the cold. I think it has been like nearly 30 years that we did not have that much snow that early in the season. So I was reading a message. You played Foundry already? Yeah, you played 2 UTC, right? I'm curious how it's gonna go for Foundry. Because it could be like one of these big alliances, so I'm not too sure. Because last time we fought 943 and that was terrible. They destroyed us, they zeroed absolutely everybody on the battlefield. So even our rally leaders and our whales, they got zeroed eventually. So hopefully it's not one of them. Initially the books were not an issue at all for me, but they start to be really... They really start to be an issue, so I'm actually always playing these. I just put auto without selecting the outcome because the like auto and finishing the events is just making too many mistakes, to be honest. I don't know how they're gonna speed it up even more, you know. I don't know if it's gonna be like a ×5 or like I don't know, every time you like you have to pick like all the, every time you have an event that you already done in the past and you get the right answers, like it autocomplete, or that would be nice. My concern is like it's likely a Foundry that we have I believe like the Foundry matchmaking is based on hero gen as well, so you cannot have someone with like higher buildings or higher hero gen. And we are kind of early gen 9, so we will likely fight one of the not early gen 9 states. So we might, you know, we don't have many players, like many players will have them tomorrow in SVS for the early gen, for the gen 9, so it might be a bit at disadvantage as well. It's so slow when you don't do ×2. Like Baiti is riding so slow. Okay, so that's pretty good. We unlocked everything we wanted. Can I do one more? I can do one more. We have time for one last rallies. What else can we do quickly? Yeah, I killed some of these folks. Sorry for you guys. Yeah, I need someone in the coal mine. Hey Gonzalo, long time no see, how are you? I mean, you might have been there, but I don't always know within the chat. I don't think I don't think I can actually see within the chat if you guys are not speaking. I think that's not a, that's actually not an option. Let's try that. Let's do Mia. Let's do the usual. So that's I got it for Foundry as well. Hello Crucial, welcome. Happy to see you there. Happy to see you there. Hopefully we get the win. Last time we lost in Foundry, so that's not looking too good. I mean, I'm not expecting much. Next week will be cool. Maybe I should record. Maybe I should record. Hey, you Neds. I love your content. I've learned well, I don't know how to read English anymore. I've learned a lot from you. Thank you very much, you Ned. Thank you very much. That's, you know, that's all I can ask. If you guys learn things and it's actually things that are accurate and make sense, that's all I can ask. So really happy if it's helping. I'm well. I've been here watching your videos. I know, Gonzalo. Thank you for that. I watched recent videos about Alliance Championship. Very useful. My alliance is very close to getting Ultimate League. It can really help you to get there faster if you, yeah. We will try like properly 60-40. I knew about 60-40 for forever, and I've just been lazy to, you know. I'm the one like telling what, you know, people to register for Foundry and stuff. So I've just been lazy to tell people to do it properly. So, and then, you know, when I made the match about the video about registration, like people were kind of talking a bit about it, and I looked about it more, and it's actually insane. It's a lot more better than I thought it was. So, you know, I ask everyone to register 60-40 or, you know, 70-30, and we'll try it properly this time. Next week. Yeah, it's a bit harder in the early days. It's gonna, you know, you're gonna get there eventually. For me, I start to have Magnus, so that's gonna be cool. When Magnus is maxed, then I got some of his widgets. His widget is defensive squad, so I don't really care about Magnus widget actually. I will put him level 2 and I'm actually not caring. Should I try to swap Edis for Magnus? Let's do that. Let's try to see if we can swap Edis for Magnus. I think it's a bit too soon. Worst case, you know, I'm gonna get Magnus maxed on Tuesday, so worst days for 2 days. Let's do explore. Let's change Hades for Magnus and let's see if we can clear on a level. Yeah, especially when you are free to play, like the infantry heroes at the beginning are really tough. Yeah, that looks okay. That does not look that good. They are so hard to kill, so we'll see next week. These things we'll see a bit next week. Maybe we try one more time. Gen 5 and Gen 6 should start to be, I think it start to be really cool, right? Gen 7 as well, because you get a lot more heroes, you get a lot more choice. Wow, see how much they are blasting and they are healing and they are like insane. That's really insane. Let's go and let's see. So we are fighting NWA, which what did the alliance that someone found? No, there was someone else. So we don't know these guys. We don't know these guys. So someone was betting we fight someone else. So no buff yet. We have Tundra Arm League. So like for regular, you know, For regular, maybe I just do that. I'll see if I buff, what I buff and how I buff when we fade them. I'll check in a sec, Gonzalo. I'm just looking a bit at the opponent quickly. What do we have? I mean, so far nothing crazy, right? No globes. I mean, this dude is 1.1 million, is not no globes. It's not a globe skin, so that's a bit weird. No shield, recon. Okay, that's what I want. And let's do okay. So far, so good. It feels. We'll see their stats, right? But we have Webster. Happy to see her. Who do we have that's very strong? We don't actually have that. Yeah, it's actually not crazy the amount of power we have. So it might be a bit closer than I thought it will be. I have a weird request for a video, but since you are Air 4, I figured it will be right to ask you. I've been struggling a bit with my alliance recently because we weren't really powerful. But what's, you know, what help do you need, Gonzalo? Which part of... I'm not super involved Air 4, to be honest. I'm involved mostly in state miters, and I've been pulling back like a lot lately. But at times I've been very involved with state matters because, you know, there was kind of yeah, at time mostly me, sometimes a few other people as well already invested, but I've been pulling back quite a bit. I have a lot more work. I have the channel that takes a lot of time, so I've been kind of taking, you know, a step back, but I'm not the most experienced Air 4 in that game. I've been doing Air 4 in many other games as before, but maybe, you know, maybe I have something to say that can help you as well, but if you have any kind of more precise things you need, that would be helpful. So they have some weaker players. Their wells are not that strong compared to us, so I'll try to burn, you know, 1 or 2 of their weaker players, see what happens, and Emma is here. So that dude got the teleport. Assassin, Boiler, Sato, El Patron, so that's the usual. That's the usual guys. So Webster is kicking their butts, that's fair enough. Here we go, level 9 Kamikaze. So let me do that. Let's see if I can help here. Hopefully people see it. No, nobody sees it. Okay, people start to see it. Especially the neighbors. The other one I don't, you know, that's okay if they don't, right? But I should have scouted, right? That might have been a good idea. Wow, no way. Wow, look at that. Oh, that's insane. I don't think I can take it. We'll see, we'll see. If maybe, you know, there are not many people inside. Yeah, no, there was a... Wow. That's insane. Okay, so Rarin is like super strong. But so far, here is... Okay, Denise is around the corner. Sato, Gurlu. Let's join Denise. Let's scout. Let's see if we can get that. But so far so good. If even Denis cannot get it, I'm not gonna get it. But that's quite kind of achievable. That's totally reliable for us. I've been losing a lot of players to stronger alliance, which, you know, if you're a weaker alliance, that's gonna happen at some point. That's one of the sad truths. We are behind in a lot of in comparison to other alliances. I'm trying to keep the alliance together, but it seems hard. It's gonna be really hard. If you don't have big whales and, you know, you're kind of like a free-to-play alliance, yeah, it's really not gonna be easy. I'm just checking what he's using. He's using standard troops, right? So let's do standard. So it's really tough. So either you are kind of, you know, what's your rank in the States? Alliances? Like, are you part of NAP? Are the bigger alliance helping you? Or you are just like too much behind and they're kind of like, you know, letting you die more or less? But that really depends as well with transfer. If you can get some invites, but you would need to likely get a very strong rally leaders and a few spenders. Else it's really hard to do like a free-to-play alliance. I guess you get some spenders, right? I'm assuming. Third is okay in terms of power. That's not too bad. Unless it's a dead state, right? Yeah, crucial. Like early days, it's only solo marches, and for us, it's only rallies. It's really only rallies for us. Nothing else really matters, to be honest. I could have, you know, used a better heroes, but presets. They said they're gonna give us 12 presets soon, so that's gonna be a bit better. So let's do, should we rally someone? Should we scout a bit? Because I did not make a lot of points so far. So Beans is attacking Webster, Juju is attacking Webster, report transit station. Michael, for us it happened really like right now. We are Gen 9, so it happened Gen 7-ish. It really depends, you know, if you have like a... Okay. Well, did not gather for a long time, so I didn't know we had these reports. So yeah, it really happened, like Wales really started to struggle to zero like players even individually, unless you are like maxed out players and infinite troops and stuff like that. It's never an issue, right? It's more, I'd say for your medium Wales, like not your first rally leader of the state, but you know, your, you know, number 5, 6, 7, 10. The way I've seen alliances, Gonzalo, and kind of linked to Crucial is like, top 1 is like more spender, more active, when you see who is battling, you know, in before SVS prep, for example, to burn cities, often Alliance 1 and things like that, right? Sometimes, now for us, we have Alliance 1, 2, 3 doing that, but that's, you know, Gen 9, and we got 1 extra Alliance from transfers and stuff like that. So, but usually the big gap between Alliance 1 and 3. In power and in like Alliance 3 tends to be like a lot more casual players overall. So let's see what we can do with the, you know, with the rally. Yeah, that's good. That's a lot of points. Let's refresh troops. 4.5 million troops. It's not gonna go anywhere. Oh, is that guy? Or girl? Yeah, girl. Yeah, she's not really strong, so that's okay. That's really okay. So here you want to eat before his march is coming back to his base. You know, which did not happen because they teleported. So the map is blue so far. So far it's quite good. We don't have the gathering yet. We have this opening in 3 minutes. But so far it's just that their Rara is super strong and they have another one that's super strong, but I don't know where they are. But they don't do F for now. So we'll see how it goes. Beans is burning mozzarella. Yeah, I'm not sure they can hold very much. Like one of the things you should, like the way it works in my experience, Gonzalo, is like, if you are not the stronger in power, you need to be the most cool, you know, the cooler alliance, like having the best vibe on, you know, alliance chats, voice on events if you can sometimes, like things like that really make people love the city, you know, love the game. It's like it has to be very social, and that eventually, at some point, you will be able to recruit better players as well. And you know, one way. It takes time, but it's tough, right? But when you recruit players that are good fit and that maybe, you know, they are not like the best rally leaders, but they were like, you know, like air force of other alliances, important people in other states, these people will bring you player later, right? We've seen that a lot, for example. That's my, I don't know internally how it went, but from the outside point of view, with KND on our state, it felt that's how they went. They recruited, you know, a few people that were like not super strong, but they were the stronger at the time for them. But they were far from being top rally leader in the strat. They were maybe like top 50-20, 15-20, and then over time they slowly, you know, improved. And recruited their friends and someone else, and then a stronger rally leader, and then they got a decent rally leader so they can do turrets in events, and then they got more attractive and they got a very good kind of vibe and spirit, and they are very well organized and stuff like that. And yeah, so why Denise is going, maybe he's swapping troops, right? At least we want better rally captain. Oh, we want Denis. Okay, he's swapping heroes, so we want him. Fair enough. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. That was a good defense. That was close. That was actually close. So it's, you know, it's not easy, but over time you can make something good. Yeah, what Leila is saying makes sense as well. Merging is always an option. I mean, if someone wants to leave, like, it depends why people leave. Like, if someone is just caring about power, like just to be in a more powerful alliance, you might not be the right fit for them anyway. But then if people are looking for a place to have fun, to enjoy, to play, so you need to kind of level of activity, right? If your bear is half dead and stuff like that, that's really an issue because that's not appealing for people, right? Some people are attracted by power, and these people will leave to the strongest alliances, and just the way it is, they're not gonna stick like to top 3 alliances. Very likely. They're coming back? They're coming back. Let me join WOBS. Let me do Nora. I'm not sure what they're hoping for, to be honest. Oh, they took it. Because there was not for Webster main defense. That was super close. That's wow. Because I think, you know, that's one of the issue in Foundry is like people, yeah, okay, he took it, fair enough. He eventually took it. Because, you know, when people are reinforcing from very far, the injured troops are not defending anymore, so that you just had to rally, and, you know, few of us could refresh our troop, but they could not, so people that are very far could not. So we might need to swap something. Is Webster willing to... She's getting her march back. Are they gathering? They are not gathering yet, right? This one is quite important, so I don't know if we could get it. Let me just see if I can get that, maybe. Maybe it's not someone that's super strong and I can help. Let's do that. I mean, merging is not ending. It depends, right? You have two options usually with merging. Either you just keep the same leadership and you just take a lot of players, which I think is a bigger challenge when it comes to like integrating these people and them staying in your alliance. So you will likely want to really merge and to have, you know, some of them Air Force and share responsibility so they can make home your alliance a home, right? You know, if you pick a group and they are just, you know, you don't make really space for them inside your own group, they, you know, they will really never feel home. So that's fair. That's just the way it is. So the alliance might have to evolve, right? I think that's a good example. Like Layla joined with our group, and we changed some event times. We put some of them Air Force, and it's just a new collaboration, right? It's only a few weeks. But it's important that over time, you know, like our alliance is not just staying the way it was without them, right? The alliance needs to evolve with them being here because they are like a third of the alliance, more or less. So, you know, you have to make it work for everyone. Hey, Quentin, what's up? I'm okay, I'm good. Tired, but I'm good. Happy to be streaming. Happy to be like sitting in front of the computer alone. I mean, with you guys, but you know, that's a spot I like. That's a spot I like to be in, so enjoying that. And yourself, how was your weekend? Tonton, it is better to switch the heroes depending on if you are rallying or garrisoning, even if they are from an older generation. For example, I'm in Gen 4, my stronger lancer is Mia. Should I use Molly instead? It depends a bit. It's not that simple. If you let me just check where we are. Are we going for middle? What's going on? So Kamikaze is rallying here. I'm just trying to understand where am I right now. I'm only in that one. This one is gone. So let me do let me join that. Let me join that. Let me join a few other ones as well. And I'll answer you in a sec. So we're still collecting a bit more than them, but Bean is around here, so that's gonna be a problem for us. ED rally leading, Rarin is... Okay. So crucial. It depends on widgets. For example, if you have a defensive widget and an offensive widget, it depends on your troop ratio. So it's not that black and white, right? Mia, she has an offensive widget, for example, but you know, you could play Garrison if you are not like a main rally leader, if you are like a number 3-4 rally leader and you just keep a building in Foundry, for example, you can probably play Mia, and with your Mia, you just go, you know, 50-0-50, you play offensively in Garrison, and that might be good enough, you know. And then anywhere, like if you are, you know, number 5 of power in your alliance and you are just holding a building, like their number 1 will kick your butt anyway. So, you know, you cannot do much, so you do your best. So you need to look a bit more closely at that. What's kind of what, you know, what are the widgets in that case and the skill of the heroes and our good but technically there is no difference between an offensive and a defensive rally. Like the game, you know, I was checking that not too long ago, and like the guys from Most Nerds were saying that I think it was PCB was really like it's the same technically. You know, nothing is different from one or the other. So you could technically play in defense offensively. Usually why we play defensively is because just it's easier to refresh the troops, and you know, infantries are lasting longer, so that people feel that it's working better. But I did not see people really trying to play offensively in defense and see if they could make it work. Everyone assumed that the game that if you're in defense you play defensively, right? I'm also super tired, so if I don't make too much sense, I'm super tired, so if I'm not making too much sense, tell me, because my brain is half working today. I slept very little. Mino, like, do you know why you are losing Foundry and Cannon Clash? I mean, this event can be a bit tough, right? This event can be a bit tough. For example, what's going on here? Yeah, they managed to explode buildings for Webster, so... Let me join Sato and let me try to see something else. Because Foundry, like the issue is, sorry, I'm kind of trying to do multiple things at once. What I've seen is sometimes you don't have a strategy, or people don't understand priorities, but that's really at the beginning of the game. So if you face someone that does, you know, that could be an option. Or the biggest issue I found is like, you just don't get the biggest whales and spenders, but you are strong enough to be matched against these bigger whales and players, right? So you cannot capture buildings, you cannot keep buildings. All of that is really, really hard because your whales are just not as strong as the other ones. And the only solution I found to that is registering 15 people. So you face, like, because matchmaking is based on 20 people, if you register 15, you are 90% of the time you are faced on another group of 20 plus people, because nearly nobody is doing 15. So it means that your 15 people are in average stronger than their 20 people. The only issue is like you are 15, maximum 15 on the battlefield. So if you have to hold all the buildings with like reinforcements and garrison, it's very hard with 15 people. But we had a very good success with 15 people when our whales were not as strong. So they are catching up quite a bit right now. They're catching up quite a bit. Why I could not join Sato? Okay, it's too late now, so I'm not sure what happened here. I mean, matchmaking is what it is. It's tough. Yeah, there's not much to do. That's why we did the 15, you know. It's like just we were just matched against the strongest nearby, not the strongest, but far stronger alliances than us. If we register with 20 plus, and we will lose every week because our wells, you know, they were not. It was quite a while back. Now we have stronger wells, so we do 20 plus again. But in that time, like we don't have that many right now today. So we, you know, we have Denise. That is very strong. He used to be our stronger player, but now he's falling behind quite a bit. He cannot spend as much more, play as much more. We have Webster, she's our stronger player, but you know, she had some personal issues right now, so she's not probably playing 100%. So it is what it is, you know. Okay, Denise is going middle as well. Can I try to go Juju and Dudu? Let's see if I can burn them. Okay, they teleported, so that's not too bad. Let's see if I can burn these guys. It's gonna be hard to keep. Let me help the team a bit more. Let's do Patrick. Okay, that worked. So what happens? That you see, it's really not, it's not making any sense to me why someone will do that. Why people will go so strong on Chief Gear and not Chief Charm, for example. Okay, so we got middle. Can I help middle? That's really good for a while. So let's do Amos for a change. Maybe not her, maybe Hendrik. Let's do proper ratio. He's going here for... Okay, no, Webster is going. Really happy we could get middle, that's really good for now. And Beans is going middle with one march. Yeah, it could be look nicer. Could be. But you know, T4 is like super expensive, that's a lot of money. That's really a lot of money, so that's a bit weird to me. Because you could be, you know, ready at T1 or T2 and spend the rest on charms and you will get a lot more stats and that will be a lot better for you, right? So we are gaining a bit of traction right now. Nobody is gathering. So that's a bit of a weird one. So Denise is rallying. What? Or is getting rallied? Let's get to middle. If I can, I have good troops, good heroes, because we have some offensive one there, so that might be a bit better. If somehow I'm helping. That's perfect. That's going here. So for now we cannot do much, but we also managed to get that one, so that's a lot of points for us, and we are having two times more income right now. So we'll see how the second half of the battlefield happens. But so far so good. I'm excited about the Ultra Armed League as well. It really depends, Crucial. It depends on the rally leader. But we start to use 60-40 for offense, or we use actually 45-55 with some of the rally leaders, but no marksman. So here we use 50-20-30 with most rally leaders at the moment. Actually, it's a lie. We used to, now we use Mia. When we do like big events, like a castle or of Tyrant, we use Mia, so we do 50-0-50. Because as well, not every rally leader are the best, have the latest Lancer 0, to be honest. So they went back to get that one. Okay, that's fair enough. Beans is attacking Denise. I am being attacked at the mercenary. That's fair enough. What's going on? Emma is being attacked by Marin, and that's not gonna work. Rarin, sorry, like that guy is very, very strong. Sato is attacking Boiler. We're not gonna defend Rarin. We need some people to get the points, because I'm not defending that dude anytime soon. Let me see where I am. Let me take the lead, let's put my best march and see how it goes, because they, you know, that should be not doing much to me with a rally. So Raran kick our butts. And where's Webster? It was Webster maybe second march, so that's not too bad. That's not too bad. So Juju is hurting a bit. He's still quite strong, you know. So let's go with that. I'm gonna ask for help. So yeah, so we rarely use marksmen. Marksmen are mostly used for bears nowadays, to be honest. So when you have enough marksmen, Lancer they never die, so it's never an issue. You get enough Lancer, so it's really like the issue is really infantry. Whenever I fight, even after 2 years and 3 million troops, is always infantry. Okay, so we got a bit of reinforcement here. That's pretty cool. So they're not gonna bother us anymore. And we're still earning far more. They're not really earning any points right now, so that's pretty okay. And now with a bit more people, it should be quite safe. Because we used not to be a rally, and that's gonna be that used to be a bit tough. So where was that? Okay, that was middle. So middle, I need to refresh middle. Always. I'm gonna refresh here as well. I can't wait to get like the 12 slots so I can get a bunch of defensive setup saved. I just cannot redo them all the time. We just recently got FC8 in my estates. How do you recommend to do refinement for low spender? So you got 6 to 8, right? 6, 7, 8. The way I handle it on my farm, which is free to play, is I more or less accumulate 1,000 fire crystals. And while I'm accumulating 1,000 fire crystal, I'm super refining once a day. So Monday I do just one. So I'm not going any higher than one, and I do one every, you know. So that's more or less 1 week. That's what I recall from, because now we have FC9 and 10, it changed a bit. You get a lot more fire crystal, but it was 1 week. More or less, you just super refine 20 times. 1 week, you super refine 1 time on Mondays, and 1 time the rest of the week. And you just rotate between 20 times on Mondays, and 1 time on you know, on the other one. Now with the expert and stuff, you might get a bit more. You might actually get a bit more. So it could mean that you can do maybe 20 times 2 out of 3, right? You could get a bit. So that's might be an option. But you need to look a bit at the buildings you do. If you do furnace, it's a bit different than if you do camps and stuff, but you need more or less, you know, 6, 7, 800 fire crystal often. When you have enough refined to push, unless you accumulate refined fire crystal for a very, very long time, then you will need a few thousand. You know, like me, for example, I've been accumulating for 3 months. So I've been refining, you know, between 20 and 40 times. It's a you know, medium spender account now at that stage. So it's not free to play, so it's the same thing, but you know, with less refining. But you know, I need 2 or 3,000 of that to use these, so you need to kind of balance between each other. But often, if you say for a month and you push every SVS, you know, if you have 6, 7, 8, 900, that should be enough, and then you can super refine everything else. Yeah, I can't be bothered, to be honest with you. Like, to redo my presets all the time is just too annoying. Because you know, when you go to bear last minute, you want to get your marches set up, and it's a mess to do in bear and stuff. So I prefer just to in the events, like especially when it's a regular foundry. You know, if it were the one of the big important match of Tundra Arm Leagues, of course I'll make an effort, right? But that's just a foundry for fun. Even if we care to win, of course, but it's not that serious. So here, let's swap. Let's get back my march. Let's put who do we want? Let's put a Lumac. Let's put a Lumac Bokan. So that's gonna be good enough, and I'm gonna try to 0 people. I got enough points myself, no problem. I don't care about that much. Beans is really going crazy on their side. Oh, Beans is coming. So it's good I got my best march, so it should not do too much damage. That should be quite okay. Salut Link, principalement YouTube. I mostly check comments on YouTube, guys, if you care. Twitch is like dead for most of the mobile games and stuff. Although that was pretty bad for me. I mean, he's crazy, he's strong, right, compared to me, but that's my best march. That is best march. He's not like a monster. Well, he's super strong, but I was thinking he would be a bit stronger. But that's a lot of rallying. Are they rallying me? Here. That's a lot of points. So which one is it? I just change troops, try to get the best march I can get. El Patron might be... no, not with his march. I'll be stronger than him. I'm building my farm and it's almost furnace 30. It's a good idea to keep at level 30. It really depends on you, Michael. Like some people don't care to play their farm and they turn it into an SVS point making machine. That's okay, you can do that. That's something you can do. I prefer to play my farm. So yeah, I mean Rarin is like I mean it was, oh no, we removed like not even a quarter of the troops, something like that, so that's oh, but we had Denise as well. We had Denise with that, so yeah. So it's a no match, so they got the points. But you know, we are far ahead, so I'm not too worried. I'm gonna refresh middle, that's what matters for us. They are banning spam cancel? Okay, I didn't know that. I know, like, for example, if you know, using like third-party program and stuff, then you get banned. But if you make a city that you play manually and that you are doing it yourself, I don't think they can technically ban you. Maybe I'm wrong, but if you don't use a third party to either automate some actions, to do it for you, or, you know, like, yeah, of course, that's a problem. But if you decide to turn a farm on a SVS making points machine, so it's like just you keep the stamina, but you do all your stamina manually yourself. If you just farm your fire crystal every day, you just do that manually yourself. I would be very surprised if they suspend you for that. Because that's not against, like, what's against the term of use is using third-party program and automation tool, right? And that plays for you. But making points in events, unless, you know, I did not read the term of use. Maybe I should again. Did not in a long time, at least. So if people got banned, they are probably using third-party softwares to help them to make points. And that's, of course, never okay in a video game. There won't be any developers, you know, allowing you to use cheats and stuff on their games. That's not good for the game, that's not good for them, that's good for nobody. So now they are catching up a tiny bit. But they're not really gathering, so... So I'll get a lot of marches back. I'm where I am in this one and I am middle. And that I can all change and do, right? Did I send only marksman? That was really weird. Where is he? 2 minutes. That's gonna be a slow rally. What happened here? Why do I have this weird troop ratio saved? Okay, that's 60-40, fair enough. Without buff I might not do much to them, but let's do that. Let's see if it works a bit better. Let me gather so they don't. Yeah, I'm not doing anything to them, so that just keep them buddy, I guess. Maybe I'll go here if they need a bit of help. Patrick is good, right? You should have like preset of troop ratio. That might be the best thing to do actually. Instead of preset, I mean, you can have a preset of marches, but preset of troop ratios will be a good thing as well. I checked Twitch, there was 2 messages. Yeah, I need to put a bot on Twitch. I need to put a night bot, or I don't know what they call it on Twitch. I need to look into that. I've done it in the past. I used to have a small channel for other games in the past, so I need to look at that a bit more. I did ask about it while talking farm in Snapchat, and yeah, I was told it's better not to do so now. Okay. I mean, then you play your farm and you progress it, right? Is that the case? That's okay as well, you know? That's how most of us do it anyway. No, next patch, they're gonna allow you to save a march based on a troop ratio and not troop numbers. So instead of you know, having like 10k, 10k, 100k, you can have, if you had 120k for a march troops, you can save 10, 10, 80, for example, something like that. That's what they will allow you to do. So it's close enough, but it's not the same thing. So hopefully it's soon. Hopefully it's next week, or maybe not. Maybe they don't patch during the SVS prep, I guess. Maybe they patch maybe the week after or something. There will be a patch before Christmas, very likely. It will be weird if they don't, you know. It will be a bit weird if they don't. They are quite consistent with their patch. There are very rare occasions they don't do them that often. It's usually more like summers and stuff like that, so... Oh, 30 viewers. Thank you very much, everyone. That's not my base shape. I'm super tired today, but I really appreciate you being here, so thank you very much. So we are in the center, we are here, and everything is blue. So are they, what are they doing? Are they not really fighting anymore? Are they kind of giving up, or they are like, but they are nowhere to be seen. There are some of them here. There are 20 of them in the battlefield. So how much point did we got? We got 10k, 12, I cannot see, 15, I cannot see. So we don't get that much, so they cannot just take all the buildings to get, you know, to blow, you know, explode like all the building and get the points from us. They cannot really do that, so that should be quite okay. Let me help where I can. I mean, that's weird, but they could have given up, right? Where would they? Because they, you know, some of them are here, right? I was hoping like we could burn some of their weaker ones, but they stayed here. So some of them went here, so they are getting that one for points. Maybe they try to gather a lot. They are not really gathering as well, so I'm not too sure what they're doing, to be honest. Not sure what they're doing. Can I see their alliance? Because these guys, that may be their Legion B, right? Because these guys are super strong, so that might be their second Legion. Because you can see that, you know, Rara is very strong, but their Oak, Ayla, and all of that are not there. So that could be why as well. It's not too hard for us to get that win. But I'm happy, you know, last week we got destroyed, so... I usually save that ratio on an extra preset, work basically pretty similar. Yeah, you could as well, yeah. We only have little slots for presets, so always remove them. You know, initially I think we had 4. Was it 4 initially we had? You know, you used to have like, let me check how much we have now. We have 8, right? And now they give us 12. So I think we used to have 4. So that was like really terrible. That was really terrible. But I don't think they can come back. So I think today is one, even if they go for middle. Yeah, they're going a bit strong and burning people middle, but Rara is here. Let's go a bit. When is the teleport? 3 sec, so let's wait 3 sec. So they try to get middle, right? Let's reinforce middle. And let's give Patrick, I guess. Let's give Lumak. Lumak Bokan. Let's burn them a bit as well, right? They are burning us, so let's... Let's get a revenge. Let's get my main march hit first. Do we already know how to unlock 9 to 12? What do you mean 9 to 12? Like Gen of Heroes buildings? Are they going middle? Yeah, it's the knees. It's not full, so we might lose middle. So see, they are burning too, you know? They are burning too. Oh, 9.12, sorry. Yeah. They said probably next update, right? When they do a developer feedback, usually it's to announce what's coming up, right? It's rarely later, unless it's like a very hot topic and they need to address it, because like there is an issue with the, you know, with the system in the game, or when with something in the game and they have an issue with it, so they need to say, hey, you know, we are aware, we're gonna fix it later. So that's kind of usually help people with going through that. Else is often just announcing the next update. So yeah, it could be Monday, it could be, I mean, it was not announced, so it won't be tomorrow. They announce it a day before usually, but it could be next week. Something like that. Could be, you know, in 3-4 weeks from now, more or less. I would say it's between, you know, 1 to 3 weeks. That's the most likely for me when it comes to that. So they took middle, but you know, it does not really matter. We won, we get individual points. Sato and Denise are rallying, so let's join. Yeah, I would not say it will be because I don't know, but I will be surprised if such things are like really paid. They might put kind of, I don't know if it's a gatekeeper, because tiny things to you know, to unlock it, but else it should be really okay. Courtly, yeah, 2 million troops, I'm safe, and it was only 60,000 for her, so from her, so that's okay. It's another story. I might not feel as safe. They are attacking Denise City. I missed that. Some people really help him a lot. I would not spend that much gems, you know, to reinforce someone 2 minutes before the end of the match. Like I would not speed it up with 10k gems or something, but you know, people do them. So that's kind of easy win at the end of the day. I get a Legion 2 though, so you know. That was still hurtful. That was still very much hurtful. But GG, NWA, thank you very much for the match. We had, you know, we didn't have like a lot of big spenders. We didn't really had some of them fully available, so that's good for us. It could have been a lot worse. Wherever crucial, here on Discord does not matter. Wherever, you know, publicly, in privates, is really, everything is okay. If it is sleeping before, I know, and I'll, you know, I would have slept before the next one. Next stream will be, I don't know if I will stay online a lot. I need to go get take care of the like not the dish sheet, the washing machine for the clothes and stuff like that. But this week, soon we have Tundra Armling, so that will be some streams for the matches. Next week we'll have SVS prep, so I'm gonna do some of that I think on video because I'll have a lot of work, so I can record half an hour. That's okay, but I cannot really go live for 1 hour, 2 hours. That's a very different time for me. But I'll record my push again. That's a 3 months, you know, saving for 3 months, so that's hopefully exciting and cool. I have some issue with my setup. That's all good. Perfect. So yeah, so we'll do bits, but yeah, let me know. Could you make the resolution DPI on of the emulator higher? That's a good question. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. I think the game is. I can change the FPS of the game, that's maybe a bit better. I can use the graphic in ultra, that's not gonna be an issue for my computer, so that's that I can do. Adjust the relative size of your city display on the wilderness map. Maybe why not large? I guess is that a new option? I don't recall that one. But I don't really know what it does. I feel that some of these options are new, to be honest. But I guess that's when you play on the phone. I guess on the emulator it does not matter because it does not do anything for me. But I mean, I'm already looking, I'll check the emulator as well, but like if the settings, so there are two options, right? It's either because I stretch the image as well on the OBS, so on the recording software. So I need to check how Or is it by default? And if I stretched it, so that could be pixelizing the image as well. But I'm kind of curious about some of these. Yeah. Everything else won't have an impact, so that's really okay. So that's a lot better, you know, with the dudes. That's really a lot better. 20k. It used to be very low. I've been saying for a long time that we don't get enough of these. So that's really cool if we get more with I forgot his name. I can show my backpack. I'm not a whale, so you know it's not gonna be impressive. Don't expect to see like crazy, but I've been saving for 3 months, so that's what I got. So that's gonna be enough to go T11 Lancers, which is the last one I need. That's gonna be enough to max out most of the FC10 building. So I'm FC9 on most of my buildings, and my furnace is FC10 for about 3 months, which is a shame, but you know, I just wanted to save, so to show patience. You can get patience in the game. You can be patient, so that's mostly what there are, you know, just a bit of resources. Speed up, I don't have that much because I don't spend that much money, so but I have enough construction speed up, no problem. I have decent amount of training for Thursday. That's a bit low because I spent some on the seasonal event to get the name card thing, like that skin, like whatever they call it. Name card one, this one. So I said I spent, you know, maybe 20 days, so I have a bit less than I usually have. So general speed ups, I don't have that much research to do. I think I have 200 days of research to do on general speed ups. So soon the general speed up we're gonna go into training because I won't have anything to research anymore. So that's actually okay. I don't know, I might stop using research speed up on general research. I don't know, because it feels that there is not much point, to be honest. There are really not much point, to be honest. Then everything else is kind of okay. Then the big things for me, let's see if we get lucky. So I've used my chief gear for the seasonal event as well, so I don't really have much chief gear, but I'll get 3 Gen 9 heroes. So I got a bit of widget saved, but that's not much, but I got a tiny bit. I'll get 3 Gen 9 heroes. So I'll get Fred, I'm gonna get Zura, which is very exciting for Arena, and I'm gonna get Magnus as well for Bear. And then the things I tend to have the most is usually, you know, I got quite a bit of charms that are here. It's not crazy, but that's quite a bit, plus some of these essence stones and the mithril, right? So I have enough pieces of mythic gear to push, right? I have enough of these to push. Maybe I'm missing one. I need 36, so that's 18, 27, 22, 24. So I'm missing 2. I need 36 of these. I don't know when you push these, if it's Wednesday or something. So I need 2 more. So that should be okay. That should not be too bad. That's my bag, you know, nothing too crazy, but that's gonna be a charms, it's gonna be a few upgrades. I'm gonna convert 500 of these more tomorrow for these. I'm gonna convert 1,000 of these for these ones, and it's gonna be quite okay. So that should be top 3-ish. You know, I have a bit of experts as well, but that's not much saved. That's gonna be welcome points. Pets, I got not that much, to be honest. I stopped spending money on pets, so I have what? See, it's a bit like lagging when I do that now. I got a bit of stones, and then we got I can do 2 or 3 pets. So I'll do the ape to level 100, so that's 100 serums, and then I might do a second two other pets to like that needs 60, so I think that's level 80 to 90, something like that. That I'm excited about. I never got that much mithril, so that's gonna progress quite a lot. I have a bit of widgets, but yeah, you know, that's not a big whale bags, you know. So how do I save for 3 months? I've been saving for 3 months for over a year and a half. So you know, when you start to do it, it's tough because you want to progress and you want to click, and then for me, I just don't think about it anymore. I'm just stop using things. You know, when you get used to not use things, it's really not a problem anymore. But it takes a bit, takes a few weeks, to me at least. But yeah, I'm getting weaker, so that's why I'm not really stressing right now in terms of buffing for Foundry and everything, because first, I'm not strong enough to really make a difference. I'm keeping my buff for Tundra Arms League, that's a lot more important, and I'm 3 months behind. So overall, I'm not in a state where it's like I can do a lot, and yeah, I cannot do a lot right now. But next time I'll have FC10 troops, which I have FC9, so that's a big buff. I'm gonna get T11 Lancers, which is a big buff for like garrisoning, like 60-40. I'm gonna get all Gen 9 heroes instead of a mix of Gen 7 and 8. So overall, it's gonna be a lot more fun for me. For Foundry, for anything that's fighting, that's gonna be a lot better. So really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that. Do you want to use them in Alliance Showdown? I mean, do you care about the reward in Alliance Showdown? That's the main question. For me, I'm doing SVS because I need the shards, right? I need the shards. If I want to do more heroes, and you see like from my Gen 4, all of my heroes from Gen 4 are 5-star, so I'm always, whenever I do a hero after Gen 4, I always maxed it, and I want to do 2 per generation. So Gen 4, I've done Lean from the Lucky Wheel and Hammers. Then I save shards from Gen 1 to 3. So I could do all of them. So I could do Gwen, I could do Hector, I could do Nora. Gen 5. Then Gen 6, I could do Wayne on top of Rene, that's Lucky Wheel. Then Gen 7, I could do Edis instead of on top of Bradley, that is Lucky Wheel is Bradley. Gen 8, I could do Sonia Extra, which I think I should have done Hendrik, but you know, that's what I thought was the best play at the time. And Gen 9, I can do all of them. And then the next time I want to do all of them is probably Gen 11. If I do, but I'm doing 2 max per generation, and that's to be able to do that. If you don't buy shards, like I don't buy shards, you need to ranking in King of Icefield or SVS prep. And as a R4 and YouTuber, I mean, YouTuber is a big title, but, you know, it's not really, I'm not really considering myself a YouTuber, but, you know, I'm a kind of a public-facing person, so I'm not gonna push on KOI and ask my alliance to save for SVS prep, right? That feels a bit hypocrite, if you get what I mean. So I'm saving for SVS. If I want to have a good shot at doing anything in SVS, I need 3 months. If I push without having 3 months, I have no chance to be first. Like, my chances to be first with the amount of spender we have on the stage is super low right now. It used to be quite high, but now we have so many spenders, it's very, very low. So yeah, but the good thing is most spenders have T11 for a long time, so they don't have Fire Crystal Shard that much to use. They are T10, they are FC10, sorry. So they don't have the buildings to do. Some of them don't have Essence Stones to do anymore really, except on the second march, but not everyone is doing that. So for me, I'm pushing everywhere, right? I'm not pushing as much at them on one thing, but I'm pushing everywhere. So hopefully that works. I'm using BlueStack, the default resolution, DPI. Okay. I need to check Crucial. I really don't know how it works. I'll send myself a message actually to check tomorrow. Check resolution in LD9 player. So I'll check that tomorrow. The sound seems to be okay, because the last video was terrible somehow, I'm not sure why. Literally, my last up was the second Alliance Showdown. Like, the issue I have with Alliance Showdown is like the rewards are bad. You get building for your island that give you additive stats. So, you know, for me, like, you know, if I rank a bit in Alliance Showdown and I get a few extra level on these buildings, I got like 2000 defense, right? So I'm gonna get what? I'm gonna get 2001 instead of 2000. It does not make a difference. They do not make a they are important for rally leader, this building. They do not make a difference for you guys or for me as a, you know, as a non-rally leader. So I would not stress to get them. I really would not stress to get them. They're not really worth it. So I'll push KOI or SVS prep. Everything else makes very little sense. Unless you need the gem and push, you know, one... And actually, if you save well, you can make a lot of gems in KOI and SVS prep if you win certain days. So people are often asking me when to push. Okay, should I share, you know, spread it every day? And I'm like, no, you should not. You should push on 2 or 3 days. Because you will get higher ranking, you will get a lot more reward from your higher ranking on one day than being average on all the days if you push. So, do you train lower troops to upgrade? I went back to that. So I did that for a very, very long time, and then I got a bit lazy. I was like, that's too much micromanagement. So I'm doing a mix of depending on events in the game, and you know, when is my next logging time and things like that. I'm training between T8 and T10. So T10 I do a lot with Alliance Mobilization because it's very practical to, it's just 350. I need to trade 350 per camp to complete a task, and I need to train 1050 per camp when I go to sleep, so I get 3 missions completed the next day. So these things are very simple math for me. So I do T10 on Alliance Mobilization, and then the rest of the time I do, I mean, I've done T10 because I was just coming back from weekend and I did not want it to have to retrain troops tonight and to think about it. So, but else I'm training T8 most of the time. Because the most point is promoting T10 when you have T11, but if you only train T10, you're gonna have far too many speed ups that you can promote, right? So while you get a bit less points with T8, for example, I'll use most of my speed ups on promotion, so I'll get overall more points, if that makes sense. Edit first in both states or first just in your state for the shards? On KOI and SVS prep, it's a mix between the 2 states. I mean, KOI is even worse, it's like 6 states together. But I think the ranking on KOI is for your state only, sorry. So KOI is for, if I remember, because I did not push on KOI forever, I don't pay attention to KOI anymore. But I think KOI is, the ranking is only your states, and SVS, the ranking is for both states. I could make a mistake on that because I'm a bit tired. Yeah, I really like as well the, you know, the spending when you save. I don't like to feel weak. Like certain months I feel quite weaker. In arena I feel quite weaker everywhere, to be honest. So that I really don't like. But see, when I push like FPS, like the game is like stuttering, I don't know what you call it. But that's it's clearly having issues, right? And I think that the 60 FPS. Or is that the Ultra? We'll see in a sec. Oh, I did not buy my stuff from the... Let's do the farm then. I'll do the farm and then I'll prep the main account. I'll go to bed. I'm roasted for today. Like I logged the farm like middle of the afternoon, so I'm behind on everything. I might not even make it for some of that, and I'm really lazy to do all of it. I'm not gonna get anything new here, and I have no upgrades, so I'll do that next week after SVS push. Yeah, yeah, that's what Crucial says. It's a bit less on your own states, and you get extra for the cross state. Okay, that's fair enough. I've not been pushing on KOI for a very long time now. I've been trying not, since I'm Air 4 and, you know, making videos, I've been trying to be as exemplary as possible. If that makes sense. Enjoy cooking, Link, thank you. Yeah, that I was pretty sure of, but thanks for confirming, Crucial. For the shard, so there are very big whales on the other state, so that's the issue. So I could be top 5, you know. I really hope I'm not below top 5. Else is really else it is really painful. Let's see if I change Magnus. But I'll need to go and I'll need to swap gear as well, right? Oh, but there is no gear to swap. There is really no gear to swap. So so let's see if Magnus 4 stars is a bit better than Eddie's. I'm not sure how good is Magnus for Arena, to be honest. Oh, but I refreshed. I'm really... Saladin, is it helping? Like, did you get some answers to kind of where you... what you are thinking of? That seems kind of okay. Okay, so we managed to do everything today on that farm. That's pretty cool. What can I request? Sanji will be happy. She might have go back to first soon. Nothing to recycle, so I think we did what we needed here on the farm. I'm just gonna, you know, do all these little things before you go to bed always. Refresh everywhere, claim everything. I'll keep everything for tomorrow. Even the research for the expert and stuff, I don't want to like move it. I need to actually help people in their cities for the islands. Yeah, that's a big issue, right? And for me, it starts to be the issue. We start to really have a lot of spenders. So it's really, really tough. Really, really tough. And I used to save 3 months and to be able to be very likely top 1 or 2. And I was like spending, you know, $50 a month, right? Now I'm spending, like, since I started the channel, I've been spending like, you know, 300-400 to kind of grow a bit faster, catch up a bit more, and try to, you know, if we do Foundry, then maybe I can do a bit more like solo rallies, but it's clearly not enough. So even with that, if I save for 3 months, like 90% of what I buy and I get from the game and stuff, I'm not like, I'm looking at rank 5 and I'm not sure, you know. Will be a good test to see like where the... So we got quite a few more new spenders on the state, and I'm not really sure how much they push. You know, they seems not to push on other events. Like if you look at Officer Project, like the names you see here so far are not the new spenders. So like the new spenders are good players as well, so I'm assuming they push. They save for SVS, so we'll see how it goes. But the amount of packs that are purchased daily, like for us, it went up like crazy. And you don't have the names, you know, people have the anonymous. So the amount of packs that are purchased, like, it's really another level lately, so I'm not too sure. Yeah, crucial. I'm pushing one per generation. That's why I went for 3 months as well. I used to push on the KY, the last KY of the generation, but I found that, you know, first then I transfer states and I'm on that state and we are like such an SVS focused state that it did not make sense to do that anymore. So I stopped, and then I decided to push on the first KO SVS of any season, because the whales are not caring that much more about the first, you know, the shards, to be honest. So I don't feel that the first SVS prep is harder than the second or the third of a generation. It's the same for us. It's like whales, they just spend, you know, based on events. Maybe the issue right now is like we had a lot of events. So maybe that's one of the challenges, like they, you know... Oh, they have a lot of people with that skin. Sanji got it as well. These skins are super rare. We have Assad with it. I think we had someone else with another one. So yeah, not to lag, because I'm already lagging behind too much with the 3 month saving. I'm just pushing first one. Yes, exactly, Link. Like when I was Gen 4 and 5, like KY, the first one was still very competitive because the whales were not... I mean, most of them were VIP 12 and stuff, but somehow they still cared a lot to get... So you need to look at that for your stage, right? When the whales stop caring about KY that much, most of the time at least, and for us it was usually around Gen 5, in my experience. So it could be Gen 4, Gen 3, if you have like very, very, very big spender and they buy these shards, could be later. And the third one was like, yeah, was so much easier. It was really day and night, so that was the idea. And that worked well. I win 2 or 3 KOI maybe. Maybe when I finish second. I won 2, I finished second on 1 KOI or something like that. Yeah. And you know, you might want to delay a bit your push, right? Day 1, you get the title. For example, on Monday, you get it late in the day. You get it late in the day. So if you see that whales are going crazy, either you say you still go and you will see what you can do, or you're like, okay, I'm gonna push either SVS or next KY. But you know, if it's a new gen of heroes, it's touchy. One thing that is tough as well is when there are new buildings. That could be tough. Do you use General Shard for the rest after getting them during... So the way I do things... Freddy the lucky wheel, so I'm not gonna do Fred, right? Who is... So Freddy's lucky wheel, SVS prep is... Xura. So Magnus, I'm gonna do all the shards, right? So, you know, I could already do that for Magnus. That I know I'm gonna do. Does not matter. Xura, I hope it was not a mistake of me being tired and stupid to do that now. But Magnus, I'm gonna do full. Fred, I'm just gonna do lucky wheel slowly. That's okay. He's not that good, so I can wait. And then Xura, the way I'm gonna go back Xura will be where she is. I'm gonna go 4 stars. So if I win SVS prep, I'm gonna get 4 of them. I think it's 400, right, if you win SVS prep. But I'm more counting or 300 or 200. So I'm counting to 2 or 3 of them. I'm gonna get Xura, you're gonna get some on the battle day. So battle day, there will be 3 SVS, very likely in that gen. I did not check, but that's usually how it works. It's 80 days, you are more likely to get 3 SVS than 2. So I'm gonna assume that I'm gonna get, you know, 100, 150, 200 shards from the battle day. So I'm gonna get between 200 and 400, so I'm gonna get most of it here. So what I usually end up doing is I do 4.1 or 4.2, depending on, you know, how I feel about the ranking of the SVS, for example. I could do 4 and adjust later, just in case I get very lucky and I win SVS prep and I do good in battle, just not to waste shard, but usually I do 4.1, I think it's fair. I think it's fair, so then, you know. And because the week after SVS, when you burn everything, you still need to complete officer project, you still need to complete armament competition, so then the first armament competition, I'm gonna complete it with Xura, right? You need 150 shards to complete it. I'm gonna use 200, which is a bit an overkill. So my Xura will go from 4.1 to 4.3 the week after SVS, and there is like the second officer project that you can do as well with shards. So I usually do that one with shard as well. So that means that at, you know, 1 week after SVS, my hero might be 4.4, something like that. And I just put 2 levels of widgets, and that's gonna be good enough. So that's a, you know, I think that's a good middle ground, not to use too many shards, not to take the risk to lose too many shards. But yeah, him is all of heroes, I think, yeah. So it's full SSR shards, no matter what. And then Lucky Will, yeah, there is only Bradley. I put like, I put him 3 stars directly, immediately before the Lucky Will. I mean, with the first Lucky Will, right? So I could actually use him in Arena because he was so strong. But else I'll wait. I mean, you can, but you can a bit later. Like, the only issue for you is like, if you rank well in battle phase, you're gonna need to kill a lot of troops. And if you kill a lot of troops, you're gonna have issue with playing the game properly. So for me, I started to really participate, I think, when I got over 2 million troops, something like that. When I got 2 million troops or more, I really started to participate. And then because in my case, I knew I was about to transfer a lot, I was kind of zeroing myself every SVS battle day to rank. But it's you know, it goes very, very quickly. When you make a mistake and you attack a city that's too strong, it goes very, very quickly. So that's something you need to learn. We know which cities you can burn and which you can't. It's not always that obvious. It's not always that simple. I mean, we don't know about T12. I mean, there will be Fire Crystal 13 one day, there will be T12, there will be, I assume, something after the Charms level 16 and something after Red Gear. They're gonna be Black Gear or Purple Gear, or like, you know, on a big enough, enough months or year, they're gonna be new things to do, right? Instead of pushing these things we know, like Red Gear, Charms, I mean, Charms, they increased from 11 to 16 not too long ago, so... But I think, like, maybe Hero Gear, that's somewhere where many wells are maxed on multiple marches, so that could be what we have next, like Black Gear or Purple Gear or Bright Yellow Gear, whatever that is. But, you know, we use 60-40 in defense, so I did Marksman second, because at the time when I started, we were still using like 50, 20, 30, and I wanted it for Bear as well. But nowadays I will do, I would likely do Infantry Lancers, to be honest. That will be far more useful. That will be far more useful to do Infantry Lancer than Marksman. I do a bit more Bear damage, but I don't think I don't think nobody really cares about that. Not that it's bad, but in the sense that when we do Bear, are easily reach the milestone I want, and the next one is nearly out of reach. So when you are there with the game, you know, that's where we are, right? There are not that many other milestones, and that's really hard to go from 9.6 to 12 to 19.2. It's a big jump. So when you can get to 9.6 very easily billion damage on bear, you know, do I care to really min-max everything and to, you know, for bear damage? No, I don't really need to anymore when you're there. But that's insane to go from that to that. And then there is like, you know, it's crazy. So that's kind of the way I think about it. Yeah, so I guess I answered yes. It was just at the time, you know, we didn't know better, I guess. You know, like people are playing 60-40 for Gen 1 now. Like for us, we heard about 60-40, we were Gen 5, I think. In my previous state, or maybe Gen 4, maybe very late Gen 4, but nobody, you know, believed it was better. So it's like, you learn, you know, Wells were already infantry marksmen for their chief charms and stuff. So yeah, I would consider Lancers before marksmen. I would now. Again, it depends. You know, you could as well be on the team I use Mia and be like 50-0-50, so you can do infantry marksman as well. You know, are you defense like that? Especially now with Mia and 60-40, like it's really, you have these two camps, and most really readers are using one or the other nowadays. Oh, you get. I need to pay attention. He has Magnus, he has Xura, like even if he's quite weaker, I really need to pay attention. And I'm gonna go very soon, and I need to actually put my Magnus, but I put the gear on Magnus. I don't want to eat people from my state. Hey Antonio, I'm about to go, Antonio, just in case. I'm cooked. I don't know if you see it in my face, but I can feel it. I'm good for today. But welcome and thank you for joining. But I don't know, like the stream is spiking in terms of views. It's crazy today. Thank you for being here, guys. I can show you Mia, yeah. Just all our skills, they are not conditional, right? Based on troops type. You mean with money, Crucial, or you mean with in-game stuff? Like event rewards and stuff, or you mean like with your cash? Last few questions, I really need to go. I'm really like, I'm really fighting to keep my eyes open. So if you look at let's pick one randomly, right? If you look at Nora, she increases infantry and marksmen. So that's why if you use 50, 20, 30, usually people like Nora, because you know she damage up and damage taken down and damage up, things like that. So often marksmen have a condition like her lancers have a 20% chance, so it's based on our lancers. That's all troops, so that's not too bad. But you see, you have skills that are, if you use Nora on 60-40, like her first skill is not applying to 40% of your rally. So it's not great. So that's one of the biggest issue with the marksman. And when you look at Mia, Shears condition, but they are just percentage based. They are not based on true 50% chance to get 50% damage. 50% chance to increase attack, so not 50% damage probably, but you know, close enough. 40% chance to reduce damage of the troops are taking. So that's all troops no matter what. So that's why Mia is good. That's why people are using her. It's because all of these are for all troops. And if you compare many of the Lancer Zero, they are not for all troops. I mean, here Rene is boosting your Lancers, for example. So that's quite a bit better. But somehow Mia still works better than Rene in most cases. But you want a rally joiner with Rene for the first kill because that's the one that's really important. Oh no, Naji. No, you don't want to do 60-40 for bear trap. You really don't want to. It's terrible. Bear trap, you want as many marksmen as you can. That's the place where you want as many marksmen as you can for bear trap. So you will want, you know, your 20-20-60 if you're at the beginning of the game, kind of. Then you want your 10-10-80, and then you want your 5-5-90, something like that. I see that the last bear I've done, I missed yesterday. So the last bear I've done, I tried 595-0, so that was only Lancers. No, 5% infantry, only Lancers. They don't do damage on bear. Yeah, Link, but like you use what you can at that stage, right? You don't really have a good choice. Like Molly, stun, right? I don't really know how stun works in the game, to be honest. Damage up 50% chance, so that's kind of Mia. Damage up 25%, so that's flat. So that's I mean, Molly, she's buffing like damage 75% more or less. But she has stun, which is considered as not good. I'm not really sure the stun mechanic works. If you look at Philly, for example, that's okay, all troops. All troops. So that's not too bad, but just Mia is just far better than Philly. So they are, you know, they are usable. But that you don't have any choice anyway, that the only two you have, so you use what you can. Yeah, I think when they started the game, they made things very simple, right? Then when they started to have more gens and more heroes, they started to make things a bit more complex and just not it being boring about just, you know, stun, damage up, attack up, or damage down, or defense down, or whatever. Like they, you know, try to give you like other skills. So some they did is like extra damage, but for 3 turns. But that people, you know, did not work out that way, that well. Because 20% is low, so you might not have it proc, and you might have it twice in a row. So I'm assuming it's not gonna give you 6 turns if you have it twice in a row. It's gonna give you, you know, 4 turns, so it's not that good. Like things like that are not that great. So that's why some heroes are not really good. Last chance for a question, then I'll really go. I need to sleep. Long day tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'll just make a video pushing about SVS, so you guys will see. I'll post it in the morning, so you don't have to wait too much. And hopefully, you know, these guys are very strong when it comes to their rally leaders, so we might have a bit of a challenge with that. You can see they are not really losing their castle a lot. They lost to one PC, which we lost in... Oh no, they are ours. Oh, I kicked their butts in arena, I think. That's cool. That used to be one PC, guys. But the dude that won the match, I think... No. Was it them that won the match in against us in Foundry? I don't remember them being a Chinese team. No, that was somewhere else, but that's one of the stronger alliance around here. Thank you, Link. I'm going as well. It's sleepy time for me. It's sleeping time. Take care of the laundry and then I'll go to bed. So thank you very much, everyone. I'm not gonna put like the end of screen stream and all of that. I'll just go to bed straight away. Again, pushing SVS prep 3-month savings, so we'll do that next week. Farm and main. Farm is having a lot less, of course, but that's just the way it is. And yeah, I'm gonna record it all, so hopefully it's fun, hopefully it's cool, and hopefully we win prep phase. And I'll see if I can do live stream Saturday next week. I don't know for battle day. Hopefully I can. And I'll try to stream like every Tundra Arm Leagues match as well the week after. So I'll try to make like the big guys I wanted to update, like the Chief Gear Guide and things like that this week. So that's out of the way. That's important, and then we might have an update soon, coming weeks. So it could be could be this week, could be the next ones. Hopefully before Christmas. I don't know, but that will be cool that we get the changes before Christmas. And yeah, that's it for now. Thank you very much again, everyone. Much love, good night, good Saturday evening.